Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the final week of December 2022. Hope you guys had a great week. Merry Christmas. I am going to remind you guys that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. Also remember, the energies can reverse or flip-flop. It's not that unusual in a general reading. All right, Gemini, let's get started. I am giving away a 3-question card pull at the end of this month. If you're interested in participating in that drawing, just subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up video on, or thumbs up button on this video, and also leave me a comment, and that qualifies you. Let's get started, guys. Can I have the energy of Gemini? Oh, okay. Well, that came out rather rapidly. All right, we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. All right, Gemini. So I can see that you're very focused on your money. You may have had a loss of money here. And I feel like whatever this loss was, now for some of you this has to do with finances. Whatever this loss was that you had, it's something you can't walk away from, so you're tied to it. And I see you kind of really pouring yourself into it. For others, this has to do with relationship. And this is a relationship that may have ended, but you're still feeling very much devoted to this person. In fact, I see that you feel a sense of loyalty to this person. You feel a sense of wanting to build back the foundation. You still see yourself as their partner. You have not walked away from this. So I don't know what happened here with regard to that, but your energy is still very much devoted to them. Let's see the connection here. Show me who Gemini is involved with. And you know, your cards came out so forcefully too. It's like you were just making a statement. All right, Six of Swords in the reverse, Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. All right, so this is somebody I feel like is kind of holding on to you too. They might be a little bit guarded. I am going to say that. But I feel like they're trying to free themselves from something here, or free themselves from feeling guarded, or they could be trying to free themselves from this connection though. We'll clarify to see. The Six of Swords is in reverse, so this person, I do feel like they did try to move away from this connection, or they may be feeling kind of stuck here. It could be that they feel you holding on to them. Yeah, for some of you, that's definitely the case. They feel you holding on to them, your energy, because your energy here, Gemini, is very strong. And I feel like that is making them a little guarded, but it's also kind of, they feel a little stuck and they're trying to free themselves from that. Let's see the energy between the two of you. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're both upset. There's a lot of energy here of cutting cords, trying to move away. That feels more like on this person's side. For you, it feels more like you feel that someone has sabotaged this commitment. This commitment. That it feels almost like it's a female, possibly. Doesn't have to be, but feels like female energy. Possibly someone older, maybe a mother or a mother figure. But yeah, it's almost like you feel that someone sabotaged this commitment. You're very much still wanting the connection, and the other person is feeling a little bit stuck somehow. Let's see what's affecting this connection. The Moon, secrets. Yeah, there's secrets here. There's things that are not yet revealed. Cancerian energy. Let's see your outcome at the end of the week. Three of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so I see a breaking of a contract. The ending of, and it's been slowly ending, of a commitment. It's the commitment that you're holding on to here, Gemini. I do see something ending. I do see that somebody feels like it's been sabotaged, though, that it was like your legs were cut out from under you. For some of you, there may have been some third-party energy here as well. You may feel that there's a lack of cooperation from the other party. We'll clarify that. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords in the reverse. Now, this is underlying energy, and it does tell me that somebody is cutting off communication. That's making you feel more controlling, it looks like, because you're trying to avoid a disaster. You don't want to fight with this person, but you also are not going to tolerate if there's any competition. But there is an ending coming, so yeah. Let's clarify. Spirit, why is the King of Pentacles here? What's the King of Pentacles here? A lot of you are really focused on your money right now, for sure. And some of you may be focusing on your money as an avoidance tactic. All right, we have the Two of Coins reversed. We have, again, that Nine of Swords and the Tower in reverse. Yeah. So there's an imbalance here. There's an imbalance here. There's a decision that may have been made, and the decision was about commitment. You're very upset about this. Like I said, a lot of you are trying to avoid a problem here. You're trying to avoid like a total collapse of everything. For some of you, it may have already happened, and you are left feeling like there's a total imbalance, and you're worried about how you're going to put things back together again. But this is all about commitment. Some of you are trying to hold on to a commitment and avoid this Tower moment, and others of you, it's already happened. So I'm seeing two different timelines on your side, Gemini. For the ones that it's already happened, you're pouring yourself into work. You're trying to put yourself back together. You're feeling really unbalanced right now because of a decision that was made. And there's just a lot of pain and hurt. Why is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse? Nine of Cups. Two of Wands reversed. Some of you might be drinking, so be careful with that. You don't want to use that, to deal with this. But I am seeing that somebody can't really move on because they really want this connection. It's difficult for you to move on. And it's just very difficult energy here. For others, I see that the decision has been made, and I feel like you are trying to focus on what it is now that you want. And the decision was to create an ending in a commitment. Yeah, so two very different groups. Why is the Eight of Cups in reverse? Two of Swords and the Fool. All right, so for those of you who are resisting this change, I see that you're trying to stonewall this decision. You're unable to walk away from this connection, and so you're basically trying to stonewall this decision, and you're periodically checking to see if this person is going to have a new beginning with you. It's like you keep peeking in on them. You keep checking, like doing a temperature check to see if they are willing to take a risk with you. For those that this has already happened, I do feel that you're now in a position where you're trying to make a decision here about taking a risk in a new beginning. So you may have found somebody, you realize you haven't completely closed out this cycle. You're having difficulty walking away from what's happened here. And so you may be stonewalling someone else a little bit here, because you may have an opportunity to have a new beginning, but there's a little bit of, not quite ready to do that because you're still dealing with this loss a little bit. It's still very fresh for you. Now, let's look at the person here that's in your energy. Why is this Six of Swords in reverse? All right, we have the Five of Swords reversed, and we have the Eight of Wands. So the person that's in your energy, I do feel like they are feeling a little bit stuck. I think they will communicate. There's going to be a sudden change here in the fact that the conflict is going to end. It's going to end suddenly, which is interesting. It's going to be a sudden ending. It's like somebody all of a sudden decides not to fight anymore and to instead open up communication. Or for some of you, there could be somebody is going to move. There's going to be sudden and quick movement forward for this person after feeling stuck. It's going to come at the end of this conflict, though. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? All right, we have the Queen of Wands and we have the Two of Cups. You could be dealing with a fire sign. That would be a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. But what this is telling me, for me as a reader, the Queen of Wands is generally a third party. So what this is telling me is that, and the fact that it flew over to you, what this is telling me is that this person ended this connection with you, Gemini, because of a third party. For some of you, that's the case. For others, this person, they're very guarded and defensive, and they were the one that took the action to end the connection. There may or may not have been third party for those, but they took the action. And this person is somebody who is very action oriented, whereas you might kind of stall things a little bit. This person is generally someone who, really is a go-getter. They're the one who generally makes decisions and does. But they may have sat on this for a while before they actually took action. But yeah, for some of you, this side is telling me that they ended this because there was a third party that was discovered, and that was the secret. Yeah, that was a secret. That's why this ended, because you were indulging in a third party. That's pretty prominent here. Why is the Eight of Swords in reverse? Now, if this is reversed for you, just put yourself where you belong. And if it doesn't resonate with you, just move along and leave it for someone that does. The Hierophant reversed. And again, the Six of Swords in reverse. So that's what they're letting go of. They are freeing themselves. It's been a process, but this person is freeing themselves from that stuck energy and from a commitment. So this person is moving forward. They're freeing themselves. They're releasing it. They're letting go of that self-imposed worry. They're allowing themselves to move forward, whereas before they were not. They were likely embroiled in a bitter, it looks like a bitter conflict with you. But there's going to be a sudden change, and that sudden change is going to release this person, and you're going to be left at a point where there's a decision, and you're gonna kind of stonewall that decision a little bit, it looks like. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Why is the Nine of Swords here? All right, we have the Chariot in reverse and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so that's your energy, Gemini. You're feeling stuck. You feel like things are not moving forward. It's causing you a lot of anxiety. And like I said, some of you are trying to avoid a collapse of everything. And others of you, it's already happened and you're just trying to put your life back together. Either way, you're both feeling, both of you, whichever situation, you're feeling like things aren't moving forward in a rapid enough or a successful way. You're just kind of mired down in this anxiety and pain. The person that you are connected with here, they feel that you want to talk. And I feel like they're checking the temp, or at least they want to talk. They're checking the temperature to see if you're receptive. This person wants to know if you're receptive to communicating with them. They know that you're feeling defensive. They know that you have your guard up, but they want to know, are you receptive to communicating and resolving this seemingly bitter conflict between the two of you? Because see, they're stuck in that anxiety and pain as well. And they want to resolve things. They want to work things out. And I do see that change happening. I do see it happening. I see that conflict ending, and I see it happening very suddenly. I do see the person you're connected with, Gemini, initiating it as well. But they're checking to see, are you receptive? So if you're receptive, then I would make sure that you make that clear. All right, so what's affecting the connection is the moon. Why is the moon here? All right, we have the Devil in reverse, sign of Capricorn, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. You could be involved with another Gemini, or because Gemini is pretty strong. We have Taurus, Libra is here, and Aquarius as well. With the moon here, what's hidden? Well, there's a few things, okay? So you don't know if there can be another beginning. For those of you that are trying to reconnect with this person, it doesn't look like that is going to be a possibility, Gemini, just to kind of let you know that. But that's not my place to say. That's something between the two of you. For those of you that there's already been an ending and you have another opportunity, you don't know if that's going to be a stable beginning. You're kind of in the dark about that. You wonder. And that might be a little bit why you're stonewalling that. For those of you that there was a third party that was introduced into this, there was another beginning that caused an ending. Yeah, somebody was self-indulgent, and what the cards are saying, Gemini, is it was on your side. That somebody wouldn't choose. That someone was indulging in their own pleasures, and it caused this ending. Now, your person is saying that they're not going to have any kind of energy that is toxic. They want nothing to do with that. So in particular, for those of you that there was third-party energy, they're saying, you know, it was because of secrets. The secret was a third party, and that's why this ended. I'm not having it. For those of you that want to reconnect with this person, this person is saying that there is a chemistry between the two of you, but it's not strong enough to go back into a toxic connection. And those of you that have a new opportunity here, this person has gone through a breakup as well, and they are looking good. They are very attracted to you, but they don't know if there's toxic energy in this connection. So they're feeling that out. They're checking that out. So all of those, depending upon your circumstance, that's what's affecting this connection. So there's a lot of unknowns here. A lot of things that are unknown. But for those of you, and that's the strongest energy I get, was that there's somebody who had third-party energy. It was secrets, and that secret was a third party. Now, let's look at the outcome. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles. It's clarified by the Seven of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Star. Okay, so in your outcome, I do see an ending of a contract. I see an ending, what you were holding on to. For those of you that were holding on to something, it ended because of deception. It ended because of secrets and lies and deceptive energy. And I do feel that it's going to be extremely difficult for you. I feel like you're feeling very hurt, and you know, you wanted a new beginning with this person. It's not going to happen, and I feel like you're coming to terms with that. For the person who has already accepted this ending, I see you processing that ending, and that's kind of what's holding you up from starting something new. So I see you putting something new on hold. You're putting it on hold because you're processing what occurred in the past. And you have to do that. You're still holding on to the past. You have to process what occurred before you can really move forward. I think you're kind of stonewalling this other person a little bit. And that's okay, because they would much rather you kind of let them know, look, I'm not ready for this, than to go into a connection and then it bomb because of you not being ready and not having processed your past. So I get that. Now, on their side, what I do see is that I do see this ending here, and I see this person, the ending occurred because of deception. I I also see, okay, so for the person where there was a third party, I see it ended because of deception. I see this person releasing all this energy. It looks as if there may have been a conversation that took place between the two of you. But I see this person moving on, finding their balance and healing after being stuck for a long time. If this is a new person, for the person who's, you know, already had their ending and they're still processing it, I see that there's this avoidance here that's taking place. Your person could feel initially like you're being deceptive. That's where this devil energy is coming in. They're going to make sure that it's not some toxic energy. But I do think that they are going to understand at some point that you are dealing with something else. I do think that they are going to free themselves initially, but they're hopeful about it. Yeah, this seems like a pretty well-rounded person for those of you that have met somebody new. So they're going to be hopeful about it, but they're going to understand that you're delaying this, you're avoiding it, and why. I think they're going to understand that you're still stuck dealing with something else. But you may need to clarify that, and I do think that that's going to be a conversation for you as well. Interesting. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have Justice in reverse. So I can see that there is going to be a sense of feeling wronged here, a sense of feeling like, for some of you, you may know that you did wrong to this other person and you're accepting responsibility. For others, you may feel as if you were not treated correctly in some manner, and you're dealing with that. You're trying to process that. All right, let's see what we got as far as oracles. All right, we have photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, and making new memories. Yep, I feel like that's your energy. And then we have axe. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern. Yeah, so, and silent treatment, which we saw as underlying energy. So that, I feel like that's this person's energy, making that break. So, all right. Well, I do hope that this has been helpful for you, Gemini. You know, it's a ending of the year, so it's a good time to maybe process through some things and have a fresh start at the beginning of 23. So with that being said, definitely Merry Christmas to you guys. And if you're interested in the 3-card pull giveaway, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave me a comment. Until I see you guys in the monthly readings for 23, namaste.